Okay. My bladder is empty, and my teacup is about to be full, which is good because my voice is starting to get a little bit raspy. It's a lot more talking than I normally do. Okay. The tussle ground. Join Lindity by the big rock on the tussle ground. Oh yes, I'm heating the kettle, so if you hear blah, 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 that's what that is. You join Lindity and the others by the big rock. Lindity heard some greenish worms and yellow crickets between her paws. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Lindity looks at the bugs. I suppose you're all wondering why I have called you here today. A big misapprehension. I wonder nothing, for I assess and appreciate all aspects of this arrangement. Also, I add aptitude as I alliterate. That's even weirder than your usual line of weirdness, Gory, and I'm starting to worry. Look, who's talking? Stupidity. The weirdest monsterling within these walls. Why, I oughta step between them and tell them they're both weird, but that's okay. Step between them and tell them everybody else is. That's weird. Stay back and let them argue. Nice. I hate fights for no reason. I get what you mean, Rancid. I'm learning that too. All right, enough of this, Gory. Yes? Here, have some. She shoves 2 worms and 3 crickets into Gory's direction. Gory picks up the crickets and eats them, one by one. Chirp, chirp, crunch. Lindity tosses some worms to Rancid. The reason I asked you all here is that we are all weird. Lindity extends 3 worms and the last cricket towards Ruck, wincing. Ruck takes them gently and begins nibbling away. Chirp. Lindity passes some worms to you. These worms eat the bark of certain trees up above the cavern roof. Try them. Take the worms and eat. Munch, slurp, swallow. You somehow recognize the intense flavor as cinnamon. Your taste buds overload with the spicy redness. Careful, it stings your tongue. Gory, slurping his worms, stands up and immediately sits down again. Whoa, this is so good. What is it? Okay, what's it? We gotta get a good voice for Rancid. He seems dark and creepy. I like it very much, and would like more. We're getting closer. I can't fight this feeling. Lindity shakes her head. Her eyes water from the spicy vapors in the air. My tongue isn't working right. Rocking right? Rancid places an object on the ground. It's the feeding bell. How many bells are we going to steal anyway? Rancid shrugs. Are there any more to steal? I buried that after you strangled me with it. I saw and remembered. I had an idea and dug it up. We all talked about it. It's a bell, and you want to know about bell curves, so measure this. Gory shakes his head and exhales slowly. So measure this fine bell's curvature, and perhaps you will find out what you seek. It might. Rancid breathes a few times. Might help you. And if it doesn't, you can always hit someone with it. Lindity looks at the bell and gives it a tiny experimental shake. Ding, ding, ding! You hear a voice rising by the stone stump table. Now I know for sure someone is messing with me. Come. Maybe I shouldn't ring it for real now. Everybody would think it was mealtime. Any time is mealtime if you're hungry enough. Acno and Laura approach from the direction of the table. I'm telling you, I heard the bell. You hear all kinds of things. Barrels outside the gate, singings in the sharps. It's getting on my nerves. Pouring some tea for myself real quickly. It's getting on my nerves even worse because I'm the one hearing it. I think something bad's coming. There's always something bad coming. No, Acno. Laura is right. Something ill is in the wind. I don't know what being outside the middle of the bell curve means, but I now know that if we work together, we can do things no other monsterling can do. Yeah, we caught Ruck, didn't we? Although, he smiles wickedly, catching Ruck was kind of easy. What? I was hard to catch? You take that back. I guess Gory and Ruck sound kind of similar. Dang. Step between them to prevent a fight. Let them fight. Gory and Ruck square off, circling quickly. Gory hops to one side, then the other, then leaps directly into Ruck's casually outstretched paw. Gory sits down hard. Ruck pulls back a foot, then stops and doesn't kick him. Stop it! Stop it! Yeah, you two, cut it out! We're just bonding. We can be better if we work together. We have potential. I can figure out a lot of things, but I get distracted and question myself. Gory never questions himself. Why would I do that? See? Ruck can be anyone but the Elder in a fight, and Rancid can move about unseen. Rancid nods, telling Diddy she's onto something here. Just listen. Just listen. We need to think together, like walking together, but with our brains. She looks to you with her eye stalks raised, like not fighting each other, like achieving common goals no matter who stands in our way, like decorating the coop with fish scales and giving cinnamon worms to everybody. Rancid claps. Well, that too. Yeah, we could get some good fighting done. Monsters usually don't work together. Sometimes we get pairs that play off each other, and sometimes that's good, and more often it stinks. Except us, there are 5 of us. A pairing like Astrasil and Gratrag, for instance. You know who could work together, Liddy? The humans! I actually know that, Gory. She gestures at the world around you. Everything here, or almost everything, is made from what they left behind. We're not a gang though, right? I don't like gangs. Tell Ruck we're something, but not a gang. Ask Lindity to come up with a name for what we are. We're definitely not a gang. We're a coterie? A small group of monsters with shared values. Close friends with common interests. A squad. Sounds like something you wear when it's cold. Think back to where I've heard that word before. You remember Gratrag snorting and scoffing at the word. Wait, when did that happen? A while ago. A long while ago. Check out what's happening at the gate. Follow the crowd to the coop gate. You hear a squeaking voice as you approach the gate. Dozens of monsterlings have gathered before the lowest part of the wall. It's back. It's back. The show is back. I trust all the newer monsterlings will love this as much as we old-timers. The first puppet flaps its lips like 2 pieces of cardboard. After she flattens you up, Astrasil will send you on to be butchered. That's funny. The show never mentioned Elder Astrasil before, and the voices are different this time. It will be slimy and bloody and raw. You'll be devoured in pieces for the crime of being monsterlings. The crowd boos, and a few monsterlings hurl pebbles and dirt clods in no particular direction. Salt old Astrasil, she's mean. Let's throw some pebbles like the others, hang back and look super cool. I don't know if I want to use brains on that. You put your arm into it and get some good distance with those pebbles. This is your first puppet show, right? These monsters come by sometimes and perform. I think maybe they're from the city and they use us to practice. Their production of Morsels Adrift was a huge hit not long before you arrived, old monsterling. There was the stick with a realistic head on it. Question the presence of these mysterious entertainers. Everyone else is paying attention to the show, but you keep some independent focus. If something happens, you'll be ready. Tell these wonderful but trapped monster things about the heroic Slagoth. Wait, Slagoth? I remember that name. You remember your mind Ruck about how Slagoth was going to eat them, but Ruck keeps staring at the show. I never saw a puppet show before. I like it. When I crawled out of the vat, Astrasil was there. The crowd boos. She would have caught me, but Slogoth appeared and fought to save me. The crowd cheers. Good always defeats evil, and Astrasil ran away like a coward. Point out that this overly simplistic narrative is at odds with the realities of the cavern. You feel considerably smarter and wiser after making this observation, but everyone else is still engrossed in the show. The show is not as compelling or well staged. Oh, this show is not as compelling or well staged as the last one. They're not showing, only telling. And no spider puppet this time. Was Nagori's critique said that we should signal Astral, throw a pebble directly at one of the puppets. It's not a great narrative, but it's still a narrative. Shh, both of you. Slogoth is your friend. Slogoth is a friend to all monsterlings. Let Slogoth through the gate, and he will give you a fat red beetle to every one of you. I love red beetles. Just open the latch. Open the latch and let him in. The crowd starts to chant along with the puppets. Open the latch. Let him in. Let him in. Let him in. Let him in. Rancid stares up at the puppets, unconsciously imitating their blank eyes. The mimic tries to match their unrealistic mouths. Yell for Rancid to snap out of it. Tell Lindiddy to see that something is wrong. Keep watching the enthralling show. Tell Lindiddy to see that something is wrong. Lindiddy nods. Sure. We'll talk later, after the plot climaxes. Oh, let Slogoth be your hero. I know the latch looks complicated, but you can do it. Lift the latch. Let him in. Let him in. Open the latch. Let him in. I know how to release the latch. It's both heavy and high up. We need a pile to reach it and someone strong to lift it. Use my claw to roar and get everyone out of here. Just stand there and look at the puppets. We have to stop this. Use my claws. You make a terrible commotion and flash a few black sides. Some of the monsterlings flee from your wrath, leaving the area around the gate. Several others turn on you and fight back. It would be worse, but they're still watching the show. Retreat keeps scaring monsterlings away. A few more monsterlings flee. The remaining crowd keeps punching and kicking and shoving. Rancid's eyes have turned back to normal. You know what? I think you're right. Rancid uses your loudness and violence as a distraction and starts hauling the smallest monsterlings away. If nobody opens the gate, Slogoth and I have to eat all these crunchy red beetles. Crunch, munch. That would be sad, but there's more beetle for me. Munch, crunch. Come on, gang. We'll pile up like Lindiddy said. Several monsterlings rally to the Travert's side against the gate. Lindiddy looks down from the puppets at the growing pile of latch reachers. Wait! Trover thinks I'm right? Something is wrong here. No, trust me, it's not. It's all good. Come, help us. If Trover thinks it's a good idea, it's almost certainly a bad idea. Lindiddy looks at you. You were right, and I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm strong. Let me up, and I'll open the latch. Ruck slowly walks towards Travert's pile while watching the puppets. Remind my friends that we're working as a team and get them moving. Shove everyone back and push them towards safety. Flee in a panic. Remind my friends that we're working as a team. You remind them of the green worms. Ruck focuses on you and listens at last. Did someone say there were green worms? He watches you and finally snaps out of it. You and your friends flee the area. Open the latch. Let him in. Open the latch. Let him in. Wait, why are my friends part of the... From afar, you see Lore climb up Trovert's pile and reach the latch. Click, clack. The coop gate swings inward, pulled by monsterlings and pushed by other, bigger monsters outside. An adolescent grabs Lore off the pile. Aye! Help! Help! Chomp. Some monsterlings are knocked down. One is consumed whole by a great lumbering adult. The adolescents advance, but the crowd is sparse enough that many of them are able to scoot away. Thanks to your warnings, several monsterlings escape who would otherwise have been eaten. Why haven't you lit the signal fire? Why haven't you lit the signal fire yet? Light the fire! Looks down and her eyes settle onto you. Well, since you're with them, I guess it's okay. You're not as bad as the rest of these jerks. You hear a scritch from the bunker roof. A moment later, flames start to lick up from the piled wood. Whoosh! You and your friends retreat as the adolescents draw closer. More shouting fills the air. Good thing. You got her. Light it. Yeah, maybe Astrasil can get back in time to save us. Some of us, perhaps. Smoke rises as the firelight blazes from the bunker roof. You all pause to catch your breath. There's smoke in the air, smoke and screams. Fear drives you into the shadows for a time. You get a brief rest in the company of your friends. Broke? Everyone looks at the noise. Gory is holding a fat toad. I was saving this for a special occasion. Saving it where? That is not important right now. Gory hands you the toad. Hurry up and eat this. We need you to lead us, old pirate. Insists that one of the others should eat it. Eat the toad. Broke. Gulp. Adolescents continue to pursue their victims all around the coop. They haven't caught anyone since you last looked. Good thing you got some of the monsterlings going before the violence started. Some monsterlings run for the open gate, but 2 adolescents meet them there and grab them. Who did they just eat? Don't know. Latest newborn. Sadly, not all newborns are born like you, fat pirate. Arm! Pretty tasty. Try the other one. Ha 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 ha. They're so much bigger. Fights should be fair. Let's go help. Everyone shuffles around and ends up looking at you. Swallow my drool and focus on digesting my most recent meal. Breathe hard and pump myself up. Relax for one peaceful, comforting moment. Time to use our brains. Everybody dodge like Ruck, but walk like me. We can do this. Let's fight. Fight like they fight. You fall to your knees behind your friends. The pain is back. I know what to do. He jabs a claw in your back. The pain is less, but it's still overwhelming. Try as you might, you can't stand up on your own. Roar, shriek, groan. Shriek. Are you getting bigger? But you're so young! Keep myself together despite the pain. Give in the pain for a little while. Ruck, no! You can't take on an adult by yourself. Or can you? Look at that! Snargle grabs Rancid by the collar. Her teeth pierce sweater, hide, and flesh. Slime spills everywhere, but you're feeling better now. Rancid squeals and writhes free, crawling away. Snargle pursues. Go, go, go! Fight! Snargle turns her eye from Rancid to you. She laughs. Oh, here we go. Feint to one side, then strike from the other. Use the time Snargle is wasting to form a plan. It looks like she's trying to protect a flesh bite mark on her left side. Snargle nods to herself and lashes out with both paws. Dodge to my left, dodge to my right, and strike at her left side. Your blow barely grazes her, but she has a fresh wound there already. She winces and hisses in pain. Snargle picks up a rock and throws it behind you. Stay focused on Snargle. She pounces as the rock lands behind you, but you're paying attention, and you duck and get in a solid kick. I wonder what the rounds have to do. Snargle growls and lowers herself into a runner's crouch. Lindetti shouts something about the left side. Crouch the same way, match her speed. Lean and roll to one side, then kick her left side as she goes by. You knock some slime out of the bite mark on her left side. Snargle howls. Snargle does something with her paws. Did she just pick up some dirt? Look down, find some dirt of my own and throw it in her eyes. Run at her and kick her torso while her paws are busy. Jump closer and stomp on her paws. Look down, find some dirt of my own, throw it in her eyes. Oh! In a brief moment, your eyes are looking away from her. Snargle sprints in and slashes you. You got the better of Snargle, but she's still an adolescent, and you're just a monsterling. She's hurt, but not in any real way. Grr! Grogo! Come help me with the good fighters! Grogo scallops up to join Snargle. He kicks at Lindetti, but she's already out of the path of the clumsy attack. Keep using the metric system, everyone! Get off of me! This way, quick! You and your friends retreat before the superior force. Shift it! Pull it! Push it! She starts trying to shove the metal plate on top of the tick tank. Distract the adolescent so the other can move the plate in time. You jump at Snargle, who fades back. Gorogo kicks at you, but you keep weaving. You hear the sound of heavy metal sliding across the ground behind you. That was enough! Fall back! Thanks! The feral adult claws at Ruck as he staggers forward. Off! Get off! The adult's next step lands where the edge of the metal plate used to be. The ground crumbles next to the exposed hole. Half-trapped, the adult howls and finally pulls Ruck off his head. Glop! The adult swallows Ruck whole as he falls into the tank below. No! Ruck! Oh, salted slime! Gorogo and Snargle flee toward the gate. Boss, these monsterlings are making all kinds of trouble. Do I have to do everything myself? I, softened the main troublemaker for you, boss. She seems to be talking about you. Well, that's good. I'm already hungry again. Distracts Slogoth from the others. When you speak up, Slogoth narrows his eyes. You sound familiar somehow. Another wave of pain shoots through your limbs. It's not as bad as the last one. You feel weak. You surge with strength again. The weakness shudders inside you. Your knees tremble and give out. Slogoth prods you with one foot. Nice. I love when fights aren't fair. Someone put out that signifier and grab more monsterlings. Put them in the bags. You're lying on the ground. Your body feels strong, but you're so very tired. Lie here and rest for a moment longer. Resting is so good. Are you just going to lie there? He kicks your belly. Normally that would have hurt, but you feel tougher now. You roll to your feet before he can stomp you again. Ooh. You're much taller now, as big as Slogoth. You're not a monsterling anymore. You're an adolescent. What's this? Did you just get older? He grins. Well, I like when fights aren't fair, but I hate to be bored, and this should be exciting. Smile and try to unnerve him. Leap at him with my new improved claws. Why am I, a newborn, suddenly an adolescent? Nope. Slogoth frowns confused. Old or new, you're a strange one. Let's see how strong you are. Adolescents and monsterlings are running and shouting all around you, but you can barely hear them. All right, hammers, watch me destroy this upstart. I'll even give you the first strike. Go on, hit me. Try to figure out his true intention. It's obvious when you pay attention. He's trying to lure you in for a surprise attack. Hold back, be careful, conserve my focus. You and Slogoth stare at each other for a few moments. Coward! Afraid to take the shot? Slogoth stops trying to be clever and snarls. Slogoth shows all his teeth in a roar of a challenge, then stops with a loud thud and a wet slurch fills the air as Ruck bursts out of the feral adult's belly. Yes! What a ride! Ruck tries to stand up, but sways and collapses. All kinds of surprises today. Someone bagged that strong one up. I can always use a good fighter. Slogoth points over his shoulder at the recumbent adult. And see if Blom's going to wake up. Anyway, where were we? Oh yes, I was going to show everyone how strong I am, and you were going to help me. The battle is joined. Slogoth tackles you, pins you down, and starts punching you in the head. Roll with the blows to minimize damage. Struggle to throw him off. Claw him while he punches, so we both get hurt. Roll with the blows to minimize the damage. You move to absorb the force of Slogoth's punches. He growls and lets go and steps back. Slogoth opens his mouth wide and lets loose a fang-filled roar. He's enraged. To lure him forward and trip him as he charges at me. Roar back at him. Show off for the crowd. Oh! Slogoth lunges, but he stops his charge short and punches you with one long arm. Slogoth charges at you at full speed, watching him switching from arms and legs and back. Use his momentum against him. Slogoth bounds high. You grab a leg and slam him to the ground with the assistance of gravity. Slogoth circles, breathing hard. He glances behind you and gives you a quick whistle. It's a signal to someone else. Ignore the whistle and come at him with an explosive charge. Something flies over your head as you launch yourself into Slogoth's midsection. Slogoth whistles again, pointing at your head. Jump to the side. A rock spins through the air and hits the ground where you were standing a moment ago. Slogoth grins and raises his arms high above his head, claws spread wide. Weird, his arms are out of the way, so kick him in the belly. Hold back and wait for his attach. Dodge it and punch him in the face. I have friends here. Try the whistle trick. Lindetti cheers and throws a rock. It smashes one of Slogoth's teeth. Slogoth wipes slime from his nose and mouth. If I weren't so strong, I'd be dead now. Okay. Rock opens their eyes and lifts their head. So that's how the puppet show ends. Their face returns to the dirt. Slogoth grins again. The teeth you broke make his smile even more vicious. Good effort. You hear the gate rattle in the distance. But this is it. Fortunately, I have one last trick. Slogoth suddenly rises into the air and moves away from you. He didn't jump. He was pulled. Astrasil flings Slogoth over the wall. Out of my coop! Out! Astrasil crushes the feral adult's head with one of her heavy feet. You are not welcome! Astrasil charges away, scooping up Snargle and Gorogo. She hurls them after Slogoth. Get up. It's too hard. Astrasil's eyes fall on you. No more adolescents here! Back to the shops with you! Doesn't she recognize me? I live here. I was one of her monsterlings just a little while ago. You are interrupted by a kick that nearly breaks all your bones. You sail through the air. You bounce twice before rolling to a stop. Leak slime. Pass out. Everything is getting dark. Think about everything that happened and remember my mistakes. Fight the pain. Rise to my elbows and knees. Grip my teeth and endure. You focus your mind to clarity. The distant sounds of the coop battle die down. You can smell the smoke of the signifier. You can taste your own slime and blood. Rest now. Ah. Alright, that is it. Chapter 2. We have gone through the coop. Astrasil no longer recognizes us as we grow at an extraordinary pace. We are an adolescent, and I can't wait to see what happens in Chapter 3. That was an awesome battle. Alright, see you guys around. Bye!